Now we're going to take what we've learned and solve some word problems. So let's take a look at our first example. Suppose the angle of elevation to the top of a hill is 42.5 degrees. If I move 648 feet farther away, the angle of elevation drops to 31.4 degrees. And I'd like to know how tall the hill is. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a picture. So when I drew my picture, there's the top of the hill, there's my first angle looking toward the top of the hill, there's where I walked an additional 648, there's the angle back to the top of the hill, it's now 31.4. Now, what I'm going to be using is the skinny triangle, this one right here, and I'm going to use that to find this length. And then once I do that, I could use SOHCAHTOA and find the height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first fill in a lot of angles because I actually can find them. So I know this angle is 42.5, and these two together have to be 180 to create the straight. So therefore, this large angle over here has to be 137.5. And now since I have the skinny triangle, those angles have to add up to 180. So I can figure out that this little angle up here is 11.1. Now, knowing this, I can actually find all kinds of things, but the first thing I'm going to do is find side A. I decided to find this one. I could find this one. I guess I'll do this one first. So I'm going to find side A. So if I do that, I know that sine of 11.1 over 648 is going to be the sine of 137.5 over A. And if I cross multiply and solve, I get A is 2,273.935. Now I chose, in this case, to use my SOHCAHTOA to find the x in the large triangle. I could have, as I originally had mentioned, could have found this value right here. But we'll do it this way. So now if I use SOHCAHTOA on the big triangle, x is the opposite, a is the hypotenuse. So I have sine of 31.4, that's the angle, is equal to the opposite, x, over this 2273.935 that I found. And if I just cross multiply and solve, I learn that the height of the mountain is 1,184.74 feet. Not all that complicated. It is significantly easier than trying to use SOHCAHTOA multiple times. Again, go back and redo the problem and make sure you feel comfortable with the approach that we used.